will be Kana on this Akali, not surprising at all. 6 out of 13, so a lot of votes for the top lane. As you can see, he does pick it up, but 4 votes for Dread.
The option here, but Azir will be picked up first.
Faker Azir, always a hype thing to pick, especially when it's into BDD.
All right, it will be Syndra though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Steadfast Presence isn't on perpetually. As Peter's
What?
Peter's just lost the Blitzcrank. This guy is a god. All right, write it down. Put him on the pog. Well,
he really is Spider-Man.
he actually is. He actually is. He's able to reach across the room and get the toothbrush from the other side. Situations as well, because the follow-up to Scatter the Weeks are going to be so much more potent and things like that.
It's the Korean server. You have to level 1 Invaders Blitzcrank.
No, that is 100% the rule. I mean, every server. Don't you worry.
And we'll see if they can pull it off. Zeus is like, woo.
Yeah. That's a decent little stun there from BDD. That is 2 autos away from dead. Oh, that's the rocket grab we were looking for. Stands on the lantern as well as Gumyushi tries to walk back to it, and that is first blood to Ghost. Peter, write it down, Wolf. Write it down.
The map.
And Kerry is doing that classic solo queue thing as he's lost someone on the bottom side of the map. He's going to roam mid, and they pick up the kill. It's beautifully done. Faker grabs that one for himself. Dread
Ghost here, you know, I mean, taking this early lead as an Aphelios here is so massive as he does pull it right through.
Yeah.
Really materializer play, man. You mentioned it.
I don't even think he needed it. It was just that the arm went straight past the minion.
It's just such a sick play there. Ghost is very hyped. And then Oner is able to come over here with Keria and set the kill on BDD. Faker picks up the kill, which is critical because you want that gold on your carry in the mid lane.
Yep, as there's some acceleration gate action happening here as Dread picks up his buckler, and Zeus gonna have to flash, and now he's just trying to stay away from that wall. Kana can't fight back if the turret is going to hit him, and it is going to go down. Dread gonna flash as well.
You get that secure kill. Keria is just
he's still here. Yeah, he's definitely gotten out of that one, as it's only level 5 for Faker, so he's not going to be throwing BDD back towards the...
Oh, Dread is coming in looking for this kill.
Yeah.
Easy hook follow-up.
Yep, so
Ghost says, wait, give me the kill, please.
Yeah. Oh, takes the lantern and Gumyushi just walks it out.
I mean, still...
Never you mind, not even close.
Still a huge win here, though, for the side of Nongshim.
Oner is here. Peter's going to come in, so they're looking for it, but Oner is in position. Kana gets out of the way as Zeus down to 100 health, and Kana wants so badly to shoot through these minions, but able to just sever him Q.
Already used the hook.
The hook is not going to connect as Peter. That's not it. That's not it, buddy. As there's the flame. Moonlight Vigil comes down. Ghost flashes. What is this? That was sick. He's able to pick up the kill on the Thresh, but now, Dread, can you survive as Gumyushi's just free hitting? The wind becomes lightning. He's still looking for even more as Dread has to flash to get over the wall. BDD absolutely no mana, and Faker flashes on top of the Poppy. He should be able to grab this. Couple more autos. If he wants to get it, and he does, just sets up one of the Sand Soldiers and he'll be all right, as now BDD has to deal with this minion wave, and Faker and Oner closing in. Peter has respawned, though, as there's the stun. He wants to get underneath the turret as he misses that hook.
Has had so far as Keria's up here.
Yeah, Kana understands that he has to get the heck out of there as the hook. Just Keria trying to get out of the situation. Faker not going to get knocked up. That was actually really important that he's online. Dread finds Faker, doesn't get the charge into the wall, but the ulti does register.
Bring up the streak. Peter is looking for a potential hook here.
Yeah, and Ghost is just going to get closed in on that play. Was so sick from Keria. Special delivery. Here's a samurai right on top of your face.
Keria is just going to try to zone Peter out further.
Well, there's the hook. And Flame Chompers go down, but Keria gets a nice double flay. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Oh, I think perhaps it is. As gives him the old thumbs up, as this is always have that bit of relevance. Zeus is going to find Peter, and Peter's like, oh dear, as the rocket grab is going to connect. There's the Moonlight Vigil, as Ghost just wants to try and kill him before he kills Peter, and he does so.
This follow-up is going to be great. As we watch this happen one more time, Peter tanks a lot of the damage here, is able to get the hook off, and then he ults so that he's silenced for just the second. Oh, he didn't have vision there.
There's a former team reunion here towards the bottom side of the map as everyone does turn up. Collateral damage to get Kana out of harm's way, but also does a lot of damage here as the rocket grab connects onto Oner. Not exactly the optimal target because he does have that crescent guard right now as he flashes on forward. And there is Shirley. Peter almost just straight up dies. Superman Death Rocket, not quite enough, but yeah, Peter isn't hooking anyone. And Shirley is going to deal with this outer turret very nicely. T1 not afraid whatsoever.
And stuff like that.
Yep.
But T1 now, I think more than the gold, have put themselves into places. Watch how quickly Peter gets punished. Like, there's no vision of where Peter is, but the reaction is so quick and the follow-up damage is so easy. But clearing these turrets up is more valuable for how much map.
Well, Ghost is just going to dive on top of Gumushi, and straight up killing the Jinx is definitely a good idea. They do have the flash now, as Guma is in position to get these autos off. Dread in trouble, as Keria has to get out of there. The zap not going to connect as Canner off on the flank.
Peter doesn't have a great hook target at the moment. Position good.
And there's Super Mega Death Rocket. Now BDD is too far away from this. He does have teleport.
Baker's looking for a flank.
Yeah, as Oner, can he actually win another smite is the question, and absolutely he can.
To do this very easily, realistically, Arcana's nowhere nearby.
No, they don't want to flip it. They don't want the same thing to happen to them that happened to Nongshim in Game 1. Aaron, Zeus is on the bottom side of the map. He is pushing down that turret. He does so very quickly. As Oner, if he can get into this pit, I mean, if I'm Nongshim, I do not want to let that happen whatsoever. There's the flash hook. Immediately, flashes come out. Faker is 100% spotted. As, oh, that rocket grab. That was real close there by Peter.
Once again, I think T1,
yeah,
you're going to have to get ready to turn here, Nongshim. This is probably game deciding.
Crescendum, as there's the rocket grab. Kerry is going to get hooked, knocked up, not dead just yet. Oh, but BDD does manage to finish it off. Now Faker looks for him. There's the Emperor's Divide, and they trade back mid for support. You'll take that as T1. Nongshim back away immediately from that Baron.
This meta is that he can't really threaten permanent damage. He's fairly vulnerable, doesn't have great escapes. As we watch this one more time, yes, they do get the kill onto Keria. BDD sets it up, but he gives his life for it. If they had just let Keria sit at 10% health and backed off, might have had a better chance.
As here we go. Ghost aggressive once again. A great hook to come through from Peter as they finish it off. Gumushi stays alive, but Keria straight out of the death chamber, straight back in again. This is blowing my mind. He's just playing so well. This whole series has been really good as, yep, to Narnia goes the rocket. And now Nongshim with a man advantage in this Baron pit. Oner, he does have free reign of getting into this pit as that shock blast was just massive. Oner thinks that it's his time to go, but the ultimate from Dread this time, he'll be able to lock it down as Zeus gets on in there. That is going to be Faker finding Ghost. Exactly the target that he needed to get as Nongshim desperately trying to get out with their Barons intact, and that Scat of the Week will allow it to happen.
The chance of winning this game. And so seeing a play like this from Ghost, of all people, one of the most passive players, who's a top 80 carry here in our league, is able to take the flash forward, set up for that follow-up hook, and get the kill onto Keria. Then in this fight, it's a great play, again, from the jungler. Dread looks for this. The shock blast makes it look like this is unwinnable. Oner dashes in, audacious charge, and is kicked out. No ability to smite, so it guarantees the Baron. They lose the fight, but it's worth it.
And Zeus plays that absolutely amazingly as well, making sure that he's a lot of burst damage actually out of this Azir. Is okay, some disengage onto Oner as Dread just does a bit of a drive-by, just cruising on past. He's like, hey.
Heals back up immediately off of the scuttle after taking that.
Oh, hook does connect. That is right on the edge. The chompers go down and good night, Poppy. Dread is dead, and now 2 minutes on the Drake and 50 seconds left on this Baron that is off on the side. The flank angle is fantastic. Dread tanks up the rocket. They're trying to avoid this poke damage, and Jinx, just regular auto attacks are pokers. Now Ghost is going to try to get pushed back to the rest of the team. The heroic charge comes down as Peter just straight up dies, and now Oner dives on top of the Aphelios. There is nothing he can do, and T1 have taken over. BDD off on the back end of this fight as Scat of the Week will connect. That grabs themselves the Guardian Angel, and now Faker dives into the backline, but will be taken down by a perfectly timed Dark Spear, and now a teleport to get BDD to safety. Keria spots him, but he will get back towards this base as Gumushi was pushing. Dread now in no man's land once again.
Already used his ult.
Yeah, I don't think we're Hex flashing out of this one either, and Zeus is going to be able to pick up that kill.
Even if you get hooked now, you might just not die. And the whole idea here for Nongshim this entire time was to try to get on top of Gumushi, but Oner's positioning is so good. Plus, they have Shock Blast coming through from Zeus time and time again. While they're kind of happy feeding around trying to find the perfect hook for Gumushi, Oner is at the ready, and all those Shock Blasts come through. Pretty heroic attempt here from BDD to save the game, and he will delay it. If he's not able to make these picks happen and buy all of this time, the Nexus is dead as we speak, and we're voting for POG. But he buys enough time, and all they get is the Mountain Soul, but that is something you could be very happy for.
Oh!
He steals
That
it.
was stolen. Now he's just showing off. And he should be able to do so, yep. Manages to take that one. A scatter of the week not going to land on Nagumiushi.
That's a BDD move right there. The flash scatter misses, and now he doesn't have flash. They don't have scatter for a few seconds. T1 are pulling the trigger on a Baron.
Yeah, and Carrier has just set his box up. That's going to stop a lot of this approach as now Oner in the back of the pit. Dread doesn't find the ulti. And now T1 are going to continue hitting this big purple worm. Dread, yeah, wants to try and get in there. Avoids the hook at least as the rocket grab also goes wide. It's a lot of damage with that Moonlight Vigil, but T1 still stay standing and they lock down the Baron. They held their ground this time and they were rewarded for it.
Yeah, Nongshim are not going to be able to base race this one. They might be able to split Baron recalls though if T1 play this poorly.
Oh, Ghost, speaking of playing it poorly, unfortunately out of position. The Gale Force comes down and it's Peter that pays the price. Crescent Guard is on for Oner, so he is very, very able to just run towards Nongshim. 2 inhibitors, but they are looking for these Nexus turrets. Moonlight Vigil does go down, manages to find a couple of snares there as Peter looking to try and get himself out. He won't be able to though because Zeus has dived on top. And that is the Jinx now picking up these kills. Faker goes golden on the fountain, and Kana will be taken down as well. Gumiushi cleans up his former teammate, and T1 will get the 2-1 victory.
2 dominant wins for T1 in this best of 3. The third one had its tense moments, and the mid game was definitely a hard-fought win for T1, but once they wrestled control away, started ripping those turrets off the map, Nongshim never got back in.
Nongshim are here to play this season. Like, this is a team that can tussle with the big dogs. T1. Gumiushi himself, not having the greatest series that he's had so far this year. However, still fantastic, especially like you were saying, for that positioning.
He was playing a series that, based on compositions, I want to hear these comms and how elated they are after what was a trying series.
Okay.
It's all business.
Yeah.
Everyone is saying, like, watch the Aphelios.
달려.
Zeus is the youngest player, right? You could tell he is the one who's feeling the most elated by this win. Like, he's the one who's affected the most. He's the one who's most excited. He's so hyped. The rest of the team is like, that was a rough one. Like, the experienced veterans are like, another day of work. We got there in the end.
Exactly right.
It will be Zeus, in fact, with the lightning bolt. He was throwing down the lightning like Zeus. Where he was like killing everybody.
Yeah, love
6
that.
out of 13, lots of spread out votes there. Makes sense.
I'm a big fan of that. I think it was very much a team